Hello everyone, welcome to day 22 of 30 Days Q&A with 30 things for staying this far. And if you've been sending in your anonymous questions, thank you for sending them in. I have a very wonderful question today. A question I would have loved to skip, honestly speaking, because it's quite personal. Let's get right into it. I says, seeing you do a lot with your time makes me admire you so much. How do you manage your time? What strategies do you use? Please don't tell me discipline, because it doesn't really work for me. Thank you. So I'll be honest, the day I saw this question, I laughed. So you see, we are all a work in progress, and I love the fact that you said you should not mention discipline also. I will not mention discipline. I'll just tell you a few things that has worked for me over the years or over the few months I've been in the working space, generally. So I think the first for me is that I understand my time and seasons. I have learned that not every activity will weigh the same at different times and seasons. And I've also learned to prioritize my activities. So let me talk about the first, times and seasons. There are certain opportunities you may consider necessary for you in this season. But if you bring it to me, I may want to check it out and see if it will obstruct other things that I'm doing at this time. So I don't just consume every motivational talk I see. You have to, be very busy morning to night. I do that. I have a very, very tight schedule, and those that are close to me would understand. So I don't just jump into things because they're training. Everyone is learning this. Jump into it. I have learned my lessons. No matter how beautiful it looks on the outside, I will check through it well and see if it resonates with what I am doing in this season, in this time, when I mean season and time, I'm not saying this month or this year. Yes, it could be a month, it could be in a year, but then it's more of a season thing. I don't want to sound too Christianese, but that's the only way you can understand. It's more of a season thing. So let me say feast. I will not say seasons, I'll say feast. So you know that in this phase of your life, it's just that phase is quite broad. Phase could be referred to as age range, but that's not what I'm talking about. So I understand my times and seasons. I hope you understand that part of it. So I know what not to do now, no matter how beautiful it is. And I know what to put my attention on, because the opportunity to do it may not come again. So I've learned that over time. Speaking about the major distraction for the average young person, which happens to be addiction to social media, I have an inward gauge that regulates my engagement on social media. So if I come on Facebook, for instance, without any intention, the inward gauge makes me know when it's okay. That gauge can come on in 1 minute, I'm telling you. That gauge can be turned on in 2 minutes, just 2 minutes off. Do you understand? So I have an inward gauge and I pay attention to it. So it helps me now. It doesn't mean there is no time for pleasure. There is time for pleasure. See, I'm not a regular motivational speaker, so I know if you want to hear motivational talks, please just go online. You'll find the many things to do, but this is just a part of my real life. So there are times I just want to ease off the stress, the mental stress that the overwhelming activities I have to do is giving me. So I might ease off. Sometimes I just ease off watching maybe a movie, a Christian movie. That's what I watch normally. So I can just ease off watching that. But then I've tried out maybe just going on Facebook and scrolling through posts. My go-to is not TikTok because I know how weird it can be. So I've tried out a number of things. Maybe I'm stressed and I feel, okay, let me just go online and see I've seen over time that doesn't work for me. At the end, I get more exhausted. It was more like I even expended energy. I was trying to maybe rest and catch my breath after doing something tasking by scrolling through social media. I discovered that after that kind of restful activity I was thinking I was doing, I discovered that after that I get more tired and worn out. I'm like, it's not worth it. So find out what works for you. Then I also have wonderful friends. Friends that are not resting. When I mean I'm not resting, I don't mean I'm not taking breaks and resting and sleeping. That's not what I mean. But I mean friends that when we start talking about our individual issues. Oh my goodness, you know that everybody is busy with their lives. Everyone has a goal. We all have where we are headed to, and we all know that there is a timeline, not age alone now. I know you may be thinking about it, but that's not the only thing. I know there is a timeline. I have to meet up with something by this time, according to my books. That's what I mean by seasons now. There is something God has spoken about your life, and the emphasis of the Holy Spirit in every season makes you know that if I'm not doing this, the Holy Spirit could be prompting you to study more that season. If you see your friend that is usually doing something else that is not studying, you know that following that friend is wasting your time. So extending your season helps you. So I have this kind of friends that are also focused and know what they are doing in this season of their lives. I get inspirations from them, and I'm also motivated to stay on course. I don't live a photocopy life. I live my life. I walk with the leading of the Spirit and the wisdom, the guidance of the Holy Spirit. It's been tested and trusted over the years, and I take to counsel also. So if you want me to be a little more specific about my spiritual, how I manage my many activities in terms of the spiritual activities I do. Well, say after my quiet time, for instance, in the morning, I listen to a message while preparing for work. So my speaker is just playing while I'm in the kitchen working, while I'm preparing for work, I'm gathering some things together, and I'm listening to a message just to stay charged up. There are times I don't even feel like listening to anything, and it's just quiet. It's more like a continuation of my quiet time where I want to just be quiet and listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit more. There are times when I read the audio Bible so that my mind keeps getting saturated with the Word of God. Physically speaking, I try to rest as much as possible. I take heed to the signs my body gives me when I know I'm stretching my body so much. So I take heed to the signs to make sure that I don't break down. It's very important. I don't need any other person's life. I can get inspiration from the way you are doing your things, but ultimately, if I try to apply them to my life and I see that it's doing more harm than good, I'll just edit it and fine-tune it to what I'm doing. I hope this helps you. I don't want to say it so much because I'm also learning on the go. I keep trying out different things and seeing what works at the time. Some things change. Like maybe you're on break, for instance, you're on holiday. You will not follow the same schedule, the same routine. You will not do your things the way you were doing when you were very busy, when you were actively busy at work. The one thing I've learned to do recently is to compartmentalize. There are times I get overwhelmed with there's so many things I have to do, and I just sit and I'm unable to do it anymore. It happens. So at that time, I will lock up one part of my brain and tell myself, for now, you're not thinking about this till you're doing this. This is important. So no matter how much that one is picking and calling for my attention, don't listen to it. One of the things I do is to freeze my WhatsApp. I'll just move my WhatsApp to the freezer so that I can do many other online activities without receiving messages. If you don't plan your life, people will try to plan it for you, and you will think you have the right to give them 100% of your attention. You're helping them build their life and destroying yours. No way to give your time, because it's actually a capital that you will need later on. But know when to also invest in yourself. Yes, I wish you all the best. I'll see you tomorrow.